Hello guys, Rahul here and welcome to our channel Doctors to Be. Today's topic of discussion is Clostridium, and after discussing generally on Clostridium, we shall move towards Clostridium perfringens. We'll discuss particularly about Clostridium perfringens. So coming to the Clostridium, the genus Clostridium consists of gram-positive, anaerobic and spore-forming bacilli. So Clostridium consists of gram-positive, anaerobic and sporing bacilli. And what happens is the spores are wider than the bacilli, and which gives them a spindle shape like this. Suppose this is a bacilli and the spores are much more wider than the bacilli, giving them a spindle shape. But the position of the spores and the shape of the spores, the position of the spore is different in different species, which also is a distinguishing factor. We'll discuss about it in later. And so we are about to write the spores are wider than bacilli, giving them a spindle shape. All right. And the major human diseases caused by Clostridium are gas gangrene and food poisoning. So major diseases are gas gangrene and food poisoning. These are the major ones. Food poisoning. Okay. And we talked earlier that the position of the spores and shape of the position of the spore and the helps to detect a distinguishable character of the species. So coming to the position of spores and position of spores in various species. First one, the spore is central or it is equatorial. So first, central or equatorial, which gives them a spindle shape. And this is spindle shaped, and it is seen in Clostridium bifurmentans. This is the species Clostridium bifurmentans, है ना? Then the position is subterminal. And the shape is club shaped, gives them a club shape appearance, club shaped appearance, and it is seen in Clostridium perfringens, which we will discuss particularly in this video. Then there is terminal, and in terminal one spore is oval and the other is spherical. The bacilli with oval spores and terminal position gets a racket shape, tennis racket shape, and the one with spherical and terminal spore is drumstick shaped. So this is seen in Clostridium tertium, while drumstick shape and spherical spores at the terminal is seen in Clostridium tetani. Okay. Then usually Clostridia are motile, but there is an exception. Actually there are two exceptions. They are Clostridium perfringens and tetani. So Clostridia are motile except Clostridium perfringens and Clostridium tetani. These two are non-motile. Okay, non-motile. And not usually, the Clostridium are not capsulated, but Clostridium perfringens are capsulated. So Clostridium perfringens are capsulated. These things we will also discuss in the morphology of Clostridium perfringens, but as discussing overall, we should include them in this. And growth, for growth or culture, Robertson cooked meat broth is considered a useful medium, as the unsaturated fatty acid in Robertson cooked meat broth take up the oxygen. As they are anaerobic, they take up the oxygen. The hematine catalyzes the reaction, and the sulfhydryl compounds bring about a reduced oxidation reduction potential. So these things make Robertson cooked meat broth an useful medium. So for growth and culture, Robertson cooked meat broth. Why Robertson cooked meat broth? We have 3 points. Unsaturated fatty acid, presence of unsaturated fatty acids, hematine, and sulfhydryl compounds. These things make Robertson cooked meat a good media. Why? Because they take up oxygen. The unsaturated fatty acid takes up oxygen, as their anaerobic taking up oxygen would help them in multiplication. Hematine catalyze the reaction, and sulfhydryl compound create reduced oxidation reduction potential. And the clostridia are destroyed by autoclaving at 121 degree Celsius for 10 minutes. Destroyed by autoclaving at 121 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. And talking about the drugs to which they are sensitive and to which they are resistant, we can use a mnemonics to remember the drugs to which they are resistant and to which they are sensitive. So sensitive to metronidazole, erythromycin, penicillin, and chloramphenicol. And these drugs can be remembered by a mnemonic. You know, my PC, my personal computer, instead of Y you'll use MEPC. This gives you M for metronidazole, E for erythromycin, P for penicillin, and C for chloramphenicol. Then to which they are resistant, to which drugs, antibiotics they are resistant, we'll write it over here. They are resistant to here you'll use question and answer, that is quinolones, and A for aminoglycosides. So these are the general characters of Clostridium, genus Clostridium. The next video will be on particularly on Clostridium perfringens, talking about their morphology, where they are present, where they are found, talking morphology, cultural characters, resistance, classification, toxins. These are all topics, and later videos will come on the topics of pathogenicity, the major pathogenicity. We talked about major diseases, that where are the diseases, gas, gangrene, and food poisoning, about these diseases, and we'll end this series with lab diagnosis and treatment of gas gangrene. Okay, this much in Clostridium. Thank you.